the All Progressives Congress will flag off its presidential campaign rally in Jos, Plateau State on November the 15th and end with another rally in Lagos State on February the 13th, 2023. Now, that's according to the calendar for the 2023 general election released by the party's Presidential Campaign Council. The party's presidential candidate, Bola Tinubu, is one of the 18 candidates jostling for the nation's top job. Tinubu had presented his action plans to captains of industry and other key players in the private sector with a promise that his administration would revive Nigeria's dead industries if elected president. The re-election bid of the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, has received a major boost as 52-member Ijebu Traditional Council under the leadership of Awujale and Paramount ruler of Ijebu land, Oba Sikiru Adetona, has endorsed him for the second term in office. The Paramount ruler in Ijebu and other traditional rulers say the endorsement became imperative based on his giant strides in the state. They commended him for his efforts in attracting foreign direct investment and for boosting the state's internally generated revenue.
The Ijebu Traditional Council unanimously endorsed the second term bid of Prince Dapo Abiodun MFR as governor of Ogun State for him to continue his good, people-oriented developmental projects and services in the state beyond 2023.
Let me assure you that this is just the beginning of the total turnaround and repositioning of this state. I'm very grateful for today's endorsement. They say to whom so much is given, so much is expected. So the reward for hard work is more work. My team and I will be further motivated to continue to live up to your expectations.
Security now. The General Officer commanding the 3rd Division of the Nigerian Army, Rukuba Cantonment, Jos Plateau State, Major General Ibrahim Ali, has called on officers within his command to take the recent warning of a planned terrorist attack on Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, with every seriousness. General Ali made the assertion during an event to honor 8 officers under his leadership who were promoted from the rank of Major to Lieutenant Colonel. Correspondent Funam Joshua reports.
The United States Embassy in the capital city of Nigeria, Abuja, recently issued an alert warning of an elevated risk of terror attacks in the city, targeted at government buildings, places of worship, and other public places. The UK High Commission extended its terror alert to include 14 other Nigerian states, and the 2 countries suspended consular services in the nation's capital, while the US government authorized the departure of its non-essential employees and their families from Abuja over the situation. Security agencies within the FCT have intensified various security measures towards averting the planned attack. The General Officer commanding the 3rd Division of the Nigerian Army, Rukuba Cantonment, Major General Ibrahim Ali, is not taking the threats lightly. He asks officers under his command not to disregard the alert, but to be seriously vigilant as Plateau State is just a stone throw away from Abuja. An event at the Maxwell Kobe Cantonment in Jos to honor 8 recently promoted officers from the ranks of Major to Lieutenant Colonel presented an opportunity to press home this directive. The GOC also addressed officers present on the 2023 general elections and the role they are expected to play.
The elections is by the corner. You're all hearing the security issues being raised in Abuja and about Abuja. We are very close. We are a stone's throw from Abuja. So we should not relax and think that if Abuja is being called, we are not affected. We are affected. And what we need to do to ensure that we have a fair, peaceful elections. So this your promotion will spur you to do your work well. Develop yourself, like I said, and be in a position to take the right and good decisions.
Although President Muhammadu Buhari has assured Nigerians that his government is on top of the security situation in the country, residents on their part must be vigilant to complement the efforts of the security operatives. Funom Joshua, TVC News, Rukuba Cantonment, Jos.
And Governor Hope Uzodinma has called on citizens to see the Nigerian Army and other security agencies as partners in progress. The governor spoke while flagging off the Nigerian Army end-of-year internal security operation, codenamed Exercise Golden Dawn 2 in Olu. Prince Uba reports.
This is an annual event by the Nigerian Army, conducted all over the country to checkmate security threats that is usually on the rise during festive periods. In recent times, the Southeast region has experienced an upsurge of security challenges which the security agencies are working so hard to nip in the bud. In a bid to have a hitch-free Yuletide season, Governor Uzodinma said the flag-off of the exercise by the Nigerian Army is timely and urged Imo residents to collaborate with the security operatives to combat crimes and criminality.
This exercise is being flagged off today. It's a very welcome development. The reason being that, one, if we cooperate with Nigerian Army as citizens, give them the necessary support, we will have a very peaceful Christmas. We will not have all these unknown gunmen, all the bandits, causing mayhem here and there. Number two, it will encourage our brothers and sisters who live outside Imo State to come back home, knowing fully well that Imo State is not secured.
The Nigerian Army believes the operation will further strengthen and promote civic-military cooperation among locals through its medical outreach and participation in community activities.
The Nigerian Army has continued to conduct internal security operations and exercises to combat criminal activities bedeviling the country. This is in line with the constitutional mandate of the Nigerian Army of providing aid to civil authority. The 82 Division of Nigerian Army with headquarters at Enugu, in its bid to curtail these criminal activities and ensure relative peace in the entire Southeast region, particularly during the festive period.
The Nigerian Army said during the period, its troops will conduct covert and overt operations to dislodge and dominate unidentified criminal strongholds. Prince Oba, TVC News, Olu.
Nigeria cannot have a strong security system without the input of women. Those were the words of Governor Oba Sikiru of Edo State at the Women in Security Conference held in Lagos. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
It's a 2022 Women in Security Conference with the theme, Developing Resilient Leaders for an Expanding Security Industry. It attracted top government functionaries, players in private security industries, and others. The special guest of honor is the Edo State Governor, and he says it behoves on the government to ensure security of lives and property.
When the security of a situation of a country fails, as we are currently going through, the challenges, the difficulties, the uncertainties is mostly borne by the women and who take care of the families. So we can't have a resilient security system if these people who almost form a majority of the population are not involved.
As a keynote speaker, Mrs. Bola Adeshola spoke on what it takes to lead.
Leaders need to have a strong understanding of themselves to successfully guide others through times of change and uncertainty. So a resilient leader, ladies, needs to be self-aware and have a fair degree of self-discipline.
Other contributors spoke on the need for women to position themselves well in an industry dominated by men.
The ASIS official statement is to support and help women in the security sector, as well as to encourage those interested in entering the security industry.
Sort of things that may trigger you, knowing the sort of areas where you may freeze and not be able to do things that are required to do, and how you overcome those is key.
Whether it is a man or a woman, rather it is the ability of the person concerned to show, what he can bring on the table.
Don't come into it say because you're a woman and you're coming in for the wrong reasons. You say, look, I'm a woman, I should be sympathetic towards me because I'm a woman, but is that coming to it because of what you can do?
While the organizers spoke on why she chose the theme, the Edo State government challenged them to get involved in politics.
We always get, hit, you get, put down, you face a lot of adversities and challenges. The whole idea is bounce back up.
If you do not participate in politics, then you will not have a private sector.
The theme for last year's conference was exploring diverse opportunities for women in security industry. Ivy Kanu, TVC News, Lagos.